Welcome to another episode of the Modern Couple Podcast. I am Allison Cole.
And I'm Michael.
And we are the Modern Couple. It has been a while since we've been here, I feel like, between the holidays, all the kids' schedules, having anywhere from 2 to 4 kids at a time, work.
We're busy.
Yeah, it was all over the place. So we're back. It's a new year. We're ready to do it. So let's do it. I was thinking, speaking of the new year and holidays, so Maddie got a nail set.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I don't even know what she was talking about, to be honest.
You're going to have to tell me and everybody like watching.
It's not even like the typical like little press on nail. She said something about some gel extender, something or other. I don't even know.
Okay, so some nail work.
Yes, okay. It's fake nails for kids, or probably not for kids. Anyway, so she put her nails on and they're like way too long. But of course, her younger sister wants some nails and was like, "Oh, will you do my nails?" Maddie was like, "Yeah, I'll do your nails for $10. And so Kaden gives her $10 to do her nails, but
she charged her sister $10.
She charged her sister $10 real dollars.
I like it.
But
it's free around here.
Because Kaden was being so Kaden and won't sit still and was being annoying. She was like, "You owe me $3 more because you were being annoying."
That's it. If you're an annoying client, you got to pay extra. We should incorporate that here at the gym.
And she paid it, and then she also tipped her sister. She gave her sister $20.
We should incorporate that here at the gym. Tipping and annoyance.
If
tax.
If you ask me the same question 5 times, you get charged extra.
If you ask me about your meal plan
that you don't follow,
yeah, more than twice, I'll let you slide with 2 of them. After that, you get the annoyance tax.
Right.
And then you got to tip me. I like it.
Yeah. So that's what they're up to. Maddie's continuing to find ways to make money. Typical older sibling stuff. I'll do your nails, but you got to pay me. So I'm the youngest of 3, so I know what that's like.
Before we continue, does it look like the camera is straight?
It did.
I don't care if people are watching this question the camera's straightness or not.
It did look straight earlier.
Okay, it looks straight. Okay, keep going.
It might not be, but anyway.
If it's not, I apologize.
Anywho, let's keep it rolling. So what's been going on with you?
So 4 days ago, I got a baby Savannah monitor. He is about 8 months old. He has not bitten me, but he has tail whipped me several times to let me know he doesn't trust me yet. But he has eaten 3 times. Set up his enclosure. All the temps and humidity are good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just as you know, I'm handling him a lot so that he can grow to trust me and turn into a little puppy dog.
Right.
And not bite my finger off. But I'm ready to be bitten. I understand I might get bitten. But he's not. He doesn't seem to be a biter. So I want to keep him that way.
Right. Agree.
So there's that. Headed to Dallas for NWA tapings over this coming weekend. So that should be fun, fighting the impending blizzard.
Right.
Getting there. Hopefully everything's all safe and sound, landing and taking off.
Mm.
So that's what's been going on there. Everybody always asks what I'm drinking. No, it is not a Natty Light. It is a Diet Right, because I love Diet Rights. So before everybody on camera thinks I'm sitting here drinking a Natty Light filming, no, they say Diet Right. So there's that Savannah monitor, TV tapings, and I have a rant.
Of course,
prepared.
You do. Right, of course.
Well, not prepared. It's off the top of my head, but I know those of you that live in a cul-de-sac will empathize with my anger about this topic. When you have a driveway that driveway is at least 200 feet long, right?
It's bigger than ours.
It's at least 200 feet long, and you can double park.
Yeah.
You can fit 8 cars in that driveway.
I mean, let's not
I've-
get carried away, but
No, you can fit 8
oh my
cars.
God.
You can fit 8 cars, maybe 6. At minimum, we'll go on the. We'll give him some leeway, and I'll say you can fit 6 cars in that driveway. When you have friends over, I don't care how loud you are. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care. But don't park in front of my house where I can't park.
Right.
In front of my house or pull into my driveway. So, and your driveway's empty. And your friends aren't parking in your driveway. They're parking in front of my house and in front of my driveway. So the first time this happened, I left a nice note. Please don't block my driveway. Because I had to actually drive through the grass to pull into the garage and get into our house. So I left a note, please don't park in front of our house. And it was nice. The second time they did it, they parked where I usually park, because our driveway, if I park in the driveway, she can't get out, so we're constantly, we'll just have to be moving cars back and forth. So I park in front of our house. A couple of our neighbors do the same thing, because their driveways are set up like that. It's not, 2 cars can't pull in and out at the same time. It's not a double sided, it's just a 1 car. So second time they parked in front of the house, like they were pulling up to a curb with parking spots.
Yeah, they pulled
They weren't
straight
even
in.
they weren't even parallel to the curb. They were perpendicular to the curb.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom. So I picked one of the trucks that looked like the biggest redneck, and I left a note on his car, park anywhere not in front of my house.
Right.
I would think a second note, because it was the same car I put a note on the first time. So nothing happened. They came months, probably 2 months went by. And this past week, had friends over to watch the playoff game, because it was a playoff night, and I get it. I'm watching the playoff games. Your friends over to watch the playoff games. I get it. Dude parked obnoxiously in front of our house, perpendicular again.
Mm-hmm.
So I put a note, as you know, put a note on his car. This is my second note, informing you not to park in front of our house. There would not be a third note. I don't know what he thought there would not be a third note meant, but he took it in his control to take the note off of his car, walk into our yard, which is trespassing, by the way, because you're not allowed to walk in somebody's yard and touch their vehicle. I confirmed this with a police officer client that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And put the note on my car, which you thought about hiding that from me, because you know I'm going to retaliate. Because one, that's the redneck who's parked awkwardly in front of our house saying, I can fight you.
Yeah.
We all know he can't. But also, now he's going to get his car towed because it is illegal to block a driveway or a mailbox. Because they already parked in front of our mailbox and got us a note from the post office that we won't get mail anymore if they park in front of, and they parked in front of our mailbox. It wasn't even us. So,
because we,
you know what?
Lived there for 3 years, and you parked in the same spot.
I parked in the same spot, never got the note. But they parked and blocked their mailbox, and the mailman couldn't get to the mailbox. So, the rant is, if you're visiting your friends, be considerate of the neighbors, because A, they might be a jerk like I am, and I'm going to have your car towed. Or they might be a jerk like I am, and he might walk out and slap your teeth out of your face. Neither option are good for you. So be considerate of the people in the cul-de-sac. Use the freaking driveway of the person's house you're visiting. I don't care if one of you has to move because one's got to leave early. Y'all plan that ahead of time.
That's the thing. They don't use their driveway, and then they just pull
never use their driveway
straight in to the cul-de-sac and block ours. Yeah, when I found that note, I was like, do I tell them or do I throw it away? I was like, what do I do?
Now I feel like Tom Hanks from The Burbs.
I was like, oof.
Complaining about my neighbors.
My darn cul-de-sac.
Tom Hanks from The Burbs reference has made it into the podcast. Have you ever seen The Burbs?
No,
with Tom Hanks?
I have not.
It's a great movie. I highly recommend you watch it.
You know, if it's a movie,
I love that
means
movie.
No, I have not watched it. But anyway, back to the episode at hand. So if you're new here, we will find your social media posts when you are reaching out for answers to your questions. Most of the time it's relationship stuff, could be parenting. Haven't come across a good fitness one, but never say never. Maybe we will.
And as you know, I don't know the question.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the question when you hear the question. So fire away.
God, I found this one, and I just want to...
She's been teasing me all week. This is going to be a good one.
I just want to put it out there that I hope everyone watching, we can all be adults here. We can all agree to disagree. We don't have to start any arguments.
I think we've learned in the last 2 months, only half the country can be adults.
Oh, right. However, I will say that sometimes you do need to hear the truth. Sometimes it's hard to hear the truth, but you're never going to get better if you can't look in the mirror and be like, okay, something needs to change.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I'm a firm believer that there's room for growth for everyone, myself included. I'm always trying to find ways to improve myself, not just physically, mentally, spiritually, everything.
You are.
And I hate the victim mentality. That's not what this post is about.
I can't stand that victim mentality.
But like a lot of people just want to play the victim. Again, that's not what this post is, but just be easy with your answer is all I'm saying. So we're going to...
So basically what she's saying
is
yeah. If you're watching, I might hurt your feelings today.
Like, seriously. I mean, seriously. Your feelings might get hurt.
But this is why we're doing the podcast, because I have no problem saying what's on my mind.
But again, people need to hear the truth. The truth will set you free. You
think it's funny because you won't always say what's on your mind.
I don't. I keep it in.
But I say enough for both of us. Let's hear it.
Swallow it down. Anyway, so this is a post, and it's from a female. She says, "Help, why don't men pursue me?" And I thought, oh man, why don't they? But then here's what she has to say. She said,
I got a problem with her leading off with, why don't men pursue me? I got a problem with that. Anyway, that opening line right there. We're going to get into the post.
So there's more to it. So she says, I am not tooting my own horn. I'm telling you what I've experienced. I'm a brunette in my mid-20s. I'm tall. Every time I go out, people compliment me. I've had people at bars, restaurants, outings come up to me and tell me I'm beautiful and more. One compliment really stuck with me from this guy who actually was good looking, and he said, "You are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and you should be proud." I get compliments like these time and time again from both men and women. The thing about me is I do have a pretty face. I am confident, and I do my hair and makeup well, and I dress nicely, but I am overweight. LOL. There's more. Shh, there's more.
I should have stopped you before she said I'm overweight, because my answer is don't be fat.
It says, why? Why don't these men ask for my number? Is it because of my weight?
Yes.
But if they compliment me, then how could it be because of my weight?
Because you asked for it.
I'm not thick thin. I'm thick. Thicker than a bowl of grits.
No, you're fat.
Why do they just compliment me and walk away? I just don't understand. And the first two comments are, you got to lose weight. And then I scroll down, wait, you hold that? You just hold it in.
I have so much to say about that.
So I scrolled because, of course, I want to hear what people are saying and commenting to her. And majority, it looks like there was 71 comments on this. And majority was, like, they asked, how tall are you? What's your weight? And they were like, yeah, you're overweight. Like, you've got to lose weight. That's why these men are saying, like, yeah, you're a beautiful girl in the face. However, we're not attracted. We're not going to date you because you're fat. So she is asking, why do they compliment me and walk away?
You want me to answer that question or just start ripping her apart?
No, we don't need to rip her apart again.
Oh, she needs to be ripped.
No.
She needs to hear the truth. She doesn't know the truth.
She can hear the truth. So
she can't handle the truth.
Let's answer her question, because we found her post. This is her question. Why do they compliment me? But then that's it, is basically what she's saying. She
answered her question with her opening line.
Mm-hmm.
She forces people to compliment her.
By what?
So in my time, going to the bars and clubs, which was a lot, sometimes 5-6 days a week, there would be the overweight girl who would corner me or one of my friends.
I'm sorry.
I'm telling you. I'm not trying.
I'm sorry. I just pictured PETA when she would corner me in the corner. She would not let me walk by her. That's what
She
I
just
pictured.
wanted you to pet her. So
that's what I picture. An overweight girl just not let you walk by.
So I love the Matt Rife comedy. Because it's right up my alley with my sense of humor and jokes I make and things I say. I was watching a comedy special with him over in Europe recently. And he was asking a guy what type of girl that he wanted. What do you like in a girl? What's your type? The dude couldn't answer it. And he finally come out with, I want a confident girl. And Matt Rife said exactly what I was thinking then and now. Well, you need an ugly girl. Because there's nobody more confident on this planet than ugly people.
Wait, are you saying ugly or overweight? Because there can be
they're
pretty in the face.
Let's be honest. They're the same. That's why she's not getting dates.
I thought
nothing is attractive about being lazy. And if you're overweight, you're lazy and undisciplined. And if that hurts people's feelings that are watching, you should do better about being lazy and undisciplined. You didn't get overweight by being active. Science proves the more active you are, the more weight you lose. You didn't get overweight by controlling your portion sizes because calories in, calories out, portion control keeps you from being overweight. So people that are overweight are undisciplined in their portion control. They're lazy and not fit, not active. You don't have to be a major league professional athlete, an NFL player type, Olympic athlete figure for people to find you attractive.
Right.
However, if you're 5'2", 350 pounds, and you're getting compliments, your face is pretty, you're 5'2", 350 pounds, and you're cornering somebody in the bar, because I've had it happen, my friends have had it happen, the fat girl will corner you in the bar and ask you, do you find me pretty? Let's go dance. They're very aggressive and confident with how they approach it. And you're like,
yikes.
No, thank you. Oh, why? You don't think I'm pretty? You have a pretty face to avoid conflict.
Correct. Yeah.
That you don't need at 12:30 in the morning at the bar when you're trying to meet people that are your type and she's not your type. You have no reason to argue with this girl, and she's hunting for compliments. So she's cornering people and she's asking them the post in real life. So she's asking them, why aren't you going out with me? Do you not think I'm pretty? She hits on people.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She's initiating the contact. She's initiating the asking out on the date, and she's getting turned down, and so she's leaving that out, because dudes aren't just, I'm be honest, 100 out of 100 guys aren't walking up to a fat girl and saying, you have a beautiful face for you're saying you're fat.
Right.
When you say that, you're saying you're fat. You have a great personality. You're saying you're ugly. No, nobody just walks up to random people and says, oh, your face is so beautiful.
Right. I have had women compliment me on my teeth for some reason. I don't know what that's about.
But that's not a guy.
It's not a. Well, she says she gets hit on by men and women.
No, whatever.
That's what she said.
She's initiating. If men and women are hitting on her, she wouldn't be complaining she's not getting dates. If she's getting hit on, why is she turning them down and then complain that nobody's asking her out? There's her telling on herself. She's initiating the contact on people that, let's face it, she's out kicking her coverage. She's out kicking her coverage, and she's getting turned down. And then she's saying, well, why won't you go out with me? Is it because I'm fat? I'm ugly? No, you have a pretty face. You have a great personality. You're so nice.
Oh, I see.
Because they don't want to hurt her feelings, so
see
they
what
just
you're
turn her
saying.
down. She's out kicking your coverage.
Oh.
Remember, I said that to you when I was trying to get you to go out with me.
Yeah.
That I'm out kicking my coverage.
I mean, you are, but
I kicked it out of the stadium. No coverage. But she's out kicking her coverage, and she doesn't know she's out kicking her coverage. She thinks it's in her league, and it's not. She's trying to play Major League Baseball when she's Pop Warner.
well, let me ask you this. I don't know what that means, but
They
let me ask you this.
The guys know what I'm talking about.
So we have had clients in here that are obese, and they have worn like workout clothes that are extremely revealing. So
Yeah.
why do you think they're doing that? Is it because they're confident in what they look like, or are you thinking they're fishing for compliments? Like, what do you think it is?
Just like Matt Rife said in his comedy, I've never seen somebody more confident than an ugly person.
Mm.
And you said it before. I admire her confidence.
I do.
And I said,
I don't feel
it's
comfortable
not
wearing.
needed. That confidence
Yeah.
is not necessary. And it's, I don't, the very attractive women that we have working out here, they don't come in here to work out with their boobs hanging out
Right.
and their ass hanging out the bottom of their shorts.
Correct.
But the girl that's 320 pounds with bad skin, she's coming in with her boobs and ass hanging out.
Right.
So nobody wants to look at that, honestly.
But do you think she's doing that to make people look at her?
Yeah, she wants people to talk about her.
And do you think like women are giving her compliments like, "Oh, I love your," because you know,
Yeah. Women don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Exactly.
If somebody like you always loved somebody's confidence. It's a woman thing.
And I'll tell them like, "Oh, that's a cute workout outfit."
No dude's gonna walk up to a 350-pound girl, and if you're watching, you 350 pounds. I'm not trying to make you mad, but nobody's gonna walk up to the 350-pound girl and say, "You have a nice ass." Now, there are fetishes.
Yeah.
Before everybody gets started with the comments and hate mail, there are fetishes, and overweight, obese girls are a fetish.
Yeah, where you can like squash men or something.
99% of the world thinks, give me a person.
Like a famous person?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Give me a famous, hot, attractive woman.
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel. Or what's the new girl? Sydney Sweeney.
That everyone talks about.
99% of the people think Sydney Sweeney, Jessica Biel are hot. If they walk up and say, "Take me home and take me to bed," 99% of dudes on this planet are going to be like, "Really?"
Right.
Shocked. Let's go. Like, they're not going to say no.
Right.
But only 1% or less than 1% wants to be punched in the face by Sydney Sweeney.
God.
Because that's a fetish.
That's a different fetish.
But it's still a fetish to be punched in the face by a hot girl. That's a fetish. There's people that probably like that.
But let's talk about...
It's not the norm.
Aesthetics aside, if you're obese, that's just unhealthy.
It's unhealthy.
Let's talk about that. Not about what you look like or anything like that. We're not...
And personality-wise, it shows that you're lazy and undisciplined. And it's unattractive, not necessarily to be overweight. It's unattractive to be overweight because you're lazy and undisciplined.
Because you don't have self-control.
There's no self-control. There's no discipline. And those are attractive qualities. A majority of the people will tell you they are attracted to people that have discipline, have good work ethic, have motivation.
Yeah.
Like, those things are attractive to people. And somebody that's overweight, not only are you walking heart attack, type 2 diabetes, risk of cancer,
everything, absolutely,
all the stuff that kills you at an early age, but you're saying I'm unmotivated, undisciplined, I lack self-control. Like, everything that's unattractive is what you are exuding.
So it's like you're representing all these unattractive qualities.
And I don't care how you dress. You can dress like you're a Victoria's Secret cover model, but when I see you, I see lazy, unattractive, because you're undisciplined.
Well, I think it
lack of
bleeds over
self-control.
into other areas of your life. So it's not just you have lack of self-control when it comes to eating,
Mhm.
but you probably have lack of self-control when it comes to finances. You're
It's
spending
everything.
whatever. So it's really who you are.
It's like Arnold.
I mean, why do you think the Bible says your body is a temple?
Yeah. And you can't, like the one thing you have that you can control and manage
Mm-hmm.
and make sure is in good condition. Like the only thing you control is what you put in your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
what you do with your body. That's like I can't control what you put in your mouth and what you, how you react to a situation. Well, I evidently I can control what she puts in her mouth, but I can't control how you react to situations.
Right.
I can't control how you feel about stuff because you're an independent thinker. I'm not trying to tell you how to think and feel.
Right.
I can control how I think and feel.
Mm-hmm.
I can control what I eat. And before everybody starts talking about, well, some people have a mental illness. Well, yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean I have to think they're pretty. That doesn't mean people have to love the way this girl looks.
Well, speaking of that, so I was listening to one of my podcasts. I think it's the John Delaney show. I think that's his last name.
Yeah.
It's one of my little YouTube channels, and he takes callers, and they'll call in with all kind of different problems. And one that I was like, oh, this ties into it, is this woman, wife, they're married. Wife called in and was like, my husband doesn't find me attractive anymore because I've gained weight. You know, what do I do? How do I handle this? And I thought, first of all, how hard was it for that husband to come to his wife and say, I love you, I want to be with you, but I'm just really struggling right now because I'm not attracted to you like I used to be because you have gained weight. Like that had to be hard for a husband to say because you know it's going to hurt your wife's feelings.
Well, yeah, and let's look at it. Let's look at it in this perspective. Let's say when you buy your new house,
Mm-hmm.
shutters are on right, doors open and close no problem, windows open and close, has all the shingles and gutters, yards looking good, grass is cut, landscaped. And in 10 years, you don't do anything to the house. You don't ever clean anything. You don't ever cut the grass. Grass is 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Shutters are falling off the house. Shingles aren't there anymore. Holes in the windows. Siding's falling off. Bricks are falling out. Driveways cracked all to hell. Are you going to invite anybody over to your house?
Right. No.
Nobody's going to let their house go from pristine, I just bought this, I love this, this is my dream house.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he married her, this is my dream girl.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's saying, she didn't take care of the house. And the time they were married, she just let the shutters fall off and the shingles fall off. And if that makes people mad,
well, it goes both ways. It's not just the wife has to be a certain look.
Like, think about it this way. When you first see your spouse, you don't look across the bar or the mall or store, restaurant, wherever you're at,
Jim,
and go, I bet that person has a great personality.
That's true.
I bet that person is the nicest person I've ever met. I bet that person is so sensitive and would be a great father. None of that crosses your mind.
Correct.
You look across the gym and you go, wow, that girl's got a badass and I need to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
You look at that guy, you go, I love his arms. I need to touch them. I mean,
right. No, it's true. It's absolutely true.
You don't know somebody when you are attracted to them. You look at them, you're like, I'm attracted to that person. I want to know their name.
I think you should always be attracted to your spouse. Always.
Yeah, you should. And shame on her for not taking care of herself and being lazy and undisciplined. And I mean, it depends on how he told her, hey, I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
Did he go to her and be like, I didn't sign up for all this?
No.
Or is he like, I think you have let yourself go. It's unhealthy. Like, how did he approach it? Like, before people shame him, how did he approach it?
Based on her phone call, it was not like a dickhead move or anything like that.
Then start start eating less cookies.
And it's like, but see, that caller, I felt like she was that very like victim mentality, like, oh, my husband says I'm fat and he doesn't find
Well,
me
then don't be
attractive.
fat. He
Well,
didn't sign up for fat. I'm be honest. He saw her and she wasn't fat,
Mm-hmm.
and now she is. Is your spouse 10 years from now going to be someone you would walk up to and want to go out on a date with?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to keep yourself, like, people change as they get old, like things change, people look different as they age. However, to just become lazy and apathetic,
Right. Let
and
yourself go.
and I hear people say all the time, once you get married, you don't have to worry about that. You put on 15, 20, 30, 40
I
pounds.
think you have to worry about it even more. I would feel like you would always want your spouse like attracted to you.
Yeah, like, I mean, but it says something about the spouse as well, because what did he let go? Because they're married. Like, if she let herself go and she's overweight now, like,
Mhm.
what is he? He probably has a pot belly. He's probably let himself go.
That's
He's
what I'm
probably
saying.
fat.
It's like, you know,
Like, it's not like
it's
they
not
eat dinner
one-sided.
separately.
Right.
They eat the same food. Like, nobody is together as much as we are. We eat the same. We eat our meals together, and it's kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
But we portion control it
Right.
for what our goals are.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have some disciplines, some self-awareness to where we know what our goals are and what we need to do to get there, and what we don't need to be doing to crush our goals and blow them out the window. And I mean, it's not like, so I guess the whole point, the girl needs to look at some self-reflection on herself. Both of these people you talked about, the social media post and the call-in show, needs to be some self-reflection on, well, why don't people want to go out with you?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, there are a fetish, so you can't say nobody wants to go out with you, but everybody thinks you're beautiful. Like I said, 99% of the guys in his gym, if Sydney Sweeney walked up to him tomorrow, would go out with her.
Right.
And they're not. If Roseanne Barr walked up to him and asked him out, I guarantee 99% of the men are going to say no.
I bet it should be fun though.
There's a 1% that would go out with Roseanne.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 1%. They would go. They'd find her attractive. They'd go out with her. But it's a fetish. Less than 1% probably. But it's a fetish, and that's the reality of things. Everybody's attracted to different types of people. However, they've done studies without anything other than just shapes involved, and they've given waist to hip ratio.
Yep.
Shoulder, I think guys are shoulder to waist, and then waist to hips on women.
Mm-hmm.
And they just show them pictures, shadowy figures. Which ones do you find attractive? And it's always the skinny people.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the ones with the optimal shoulder to waist, so not fat.
And I think it goes back to, because like the primal version of us is like, that's a healthier person, so they'll live longer, they'll be able to give me babies, etc., etc. You know?
Yeah. And
that's what it is.
And yeah, and nobody wants to have to lift up 20 pounds of fat.
You're taking it too far. You're taking it too far.
But in all seriousness, like, there's always somebody for everyone.
Yep.
But if you've got a bad attitude about it, and you're showing signs of undisciplined, lack of control, laziness, you're really going to drive everybody away. And I'm not going to be the person. I know we own a gym, and most of our clients are overweight, and we help them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not coming to us because they're happy with how they look.
Correct.
I don't shame anybody for how they look. I genuinely feel sorry, and I respect people that want to improve their health and lose weight, and I try to help them. But if you're somebody who's overweight, lazy, undisciplined, lack of self-control, and you're blaming everybody else for your problem, I don't respect you. You're not trying to change it. You're just telling everybody they need to change their mindset.
view, right?
No,
And that's the
it's
problem.
been proven being obese is unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So first, become healthy. Nobody likes unhealthy people. Nobody likes mean people. Nobody likes undisciplined people. Like, it just all comes down to that. And don't corner people at bars and demand compliments when they turn you down. Because that's what's happening in that social media post.
That's wild.
She's demanding compliments when she gets turned down.
Well, I think from today's episode, we can say that it's hard to take a look in the mirror and say that I need to change these things, but I think it's necessary. Stop playing the victim card. Stop trying to change everyone's mindset just because you don't want to stop eating whatever.
And everybody looks at Sydney Sweeney's social media for a reason.
It's hard. It's not easy, but it can be done.
You
can lose weight. You can become healthy.
You can be.
I think the hardest part is just starting.
You just have to be disciplined and have to want it.
That's it.
You can't
make excuses because everyone has excuses that they could use.
They do.
Basically get over yourself and get your ass in the gym.
Get your ass in the gym.
Speaking of, we've got clients that are about to come in that need to be trained. So I guess until next time.
Until next time.
All right. We will see you then. Tune in, comment,
like, share, subscribe,
do all those things.
All the stuff on the social media platforms so we can get a good algorithm score. It's all about the algorithm score.
That it is. That it is.
So we'll see you later, and I guess it's time to fade to black.
All right. Bye.